What if I told you that when a woman realizes you've lost interest, her reaction is far more intense than you think? It's not just surprise, it's a complete shift in the dynamic. And if you handle it the right way, you can gain an edge in the relationship you never even knew you had. Her response will reveal everything: her true feelings, her level of attachment, and even the power balance between you. Stay with me, because once you understand how she reacts, you'll never see relationships the same way again. Number 1. The initial shock, when she realizes she's losing control. When a woman realizes you're pulling away, the initial shock can be overwhelming. This isn't just a mild reaction, it's a deep, unsettling realization that the situation has changed completely. Up until now, she may have felt secure, knowing that you were emotionally invested, predictable, and always available. But once that changes, it sends ripples through her mind that she simply can't ignore. The reason this shock is so powerful is that it stems from the sudden loss of certainty. Certainty is comforting. It reassures her that she knows where she stands with you. The moment that certainty vanishes, she's thrown into a state of confusion. Questions start flooding her mind. Did I misread him? What changed? Did I do something wrong? These thoughts aren't just random. They stem from a fear of losing the emotional connection she thought she had control over. The real shift in power happens here. Instead of you constantly thinking about her, she starts obsessing over you. Your silence and withdrawal create a sense of mystery. Suddenly, she doesn't know where she stands, and that uncertainty makes her think about you even more. The key here? Do nothing. Let her sit with those feelings. Number 2, her urge to reclaim validation. Validation is like oxygen in relationships. Without it, people feel lost. When she senses that your interest is fading, it creates an emotional void that she desperately wants to fill. But this isn't just about her feelings, it's about control. She wants to confirm that she still has influence over you. At this stage, you might notice small but intentional changes in her behavior. She could start sending casual messages like, "Hey, how have you been?" Or, "I saw something that reminded me of you." Engaging with your social media more than usual. Trying to initiate conversations in ways that seem innocent, but are actually tests to see if you'll engage. If she doesn't get the response she's hoping for, she may escalate her efforts. She might mention other men in an attempt to make you jealous. Act indifferent, pretending she doesn't care. Post cryptic social media updates meant to provoke a reaction. Here's where most men make a mistake. They misinterpret these actions as genuine interest and immediately start chasing again. Don't fall into that trap. The real power lies in staying composed and detached. By maintaining your emotional stability, you force her to work harder to understand you, shifting the dynamic in your favor. Number 3, curiosity takes over. She starts reevaluating. Once the shock fades and her attempts at getting validation don't work, curiosity takes over. This isn't just about you, it's about understanding what went wrong and why. Women are naturally analytical when it comes to relationships. When you suddenly change your behavior, it triggers a need to figure out what's happening. She starts replaying past interactions, analyzing every little detail. Did I take him for granted? Was he always this confident? What made him lose interest? This process doesn't just last for a moment, it loops in her mind. She might even talk to her friends, trying to make sense of the situation. And as she digs deeper, something interesting happens. She starts remembering all the things she liked about you. Your confidence, your energy, your presence, qualities she may have overlooked before, now feel amplified in your absence. The more curious she becomes, the more she wants to understand you, which keeps you on her mind. Number 4. Her ego kicks in. At this point, her ego enters the picture. If she believed she had control over the situation, your detachment forces her to question that belief. The ego craves validation and reassurance. When she suddenly doesn't get it, it triggers defensive behaviors. She may act as if she's completely unbothered. Post pictures to make it seem like she's living her best life. Try to provoke an emotional reaction from you. But here's the secret. These behaviors don't mean she's moved on. They mean she's struggling to cope with the shift in dynamics. The best response? Maintain your emotional control. Don't react. Let her ego wrestle with the reality that you're no longer chasing. Number 5. The void becomes unbearable. Silence is powerful. At first, she may convince herself that she doesn't care, but over time, the absence becomes undeniable. The void isn't just about missing your presence, it's about realizing what she took for granted. Suddenly, she notices the way you made her laugh, how comfortable she felt with you, the emotional security you provided. These realizations don't hit all at once. They come in waves, each one stronger than the last. And as she sits with these thoughts, she starts wondering, did I underestimate him? The longer you stay silent, the stronger this feeling grows. Number 6. Curiosity turns into action. At this point, she won't just think about you. She'll feel compelled to reach out. It might start small, with a subtle social media interaction or a random text. But if you remain composed and don't immediately give her the validation she's seeking, her efforts will become more deliberate. How you respond here is crucial. Don't jump into deep conversations. Keep your responses confident but slightly detached. This balance makes her see you in a new light. Someone worth pursuing, not someone easily won over. Number 7. The power of emotional control. Women are drawn to men who can control their emotions. When she reaches out, she might test your patience, provoke reactions, or bring up the past. If you respond with anger or frustration, she'll see that she still has power over you. But if you remain calm and unbothered, it communicates strength and confidence. Emotional control isn't about hiding your feelings. It's about mastering them. It tells her that your happiness doesn't depend on her approval, making you even more attractive in her eyes. Number 8. Moving on gracefully. The most powerful thing you can do, move on gracefully. This doesn't mean cutting her off completely. It means prioritizing your own growth and happiness. When she sees you thriving without her, it creates intrigue, admiration, and even regret. When you carry yourself with confidence and self-respect, you leave a lasting impression. She'll remember how you handled the situation with maturity, and if she does want you back, she'll have to work for it. But by then, you'll be in control, deciding if she's truly worth your time. If you found this valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to the Stoic Route for more insights like this. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.